Hi guys. So today we are talking about the second celebrity couple, and today we are talking about Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber. They are married, they are stronger than ever, and let's talk about their timeline first, and then I'll talk about how I think they did it. Now, it might say in here how they did it, which then we won't have to talk about it, but if it doesn't, I'll talk about how I think they've done it. My phone is giving me issues today, but that's okay. May 27th, 2018, friends again. After almost 2 years of not speaking, Hailey Baldwin confirmed in May of this year that she and Justin Bieber were friends again. Justin and I were friends for a long time, she said in an interview with the Times UK. I met him when I was really young and he was one of my best friends. Everybody knows that at a certain point in time that turned into something else. But that just happens when you're 18, 19. We went through a long period of time when we weren't friends. We didn't speak for quite some time, and there was a lot of weirdness that went on. We've moved past that. June 11th, 2018, cuddly at church again. Okay, they're maybe probably dating again. After being spotted getting cuddly at a church conference, Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber were filmed at Live nightclub in Miami looking very extremely back together. June 29th, 2018. Shawn Mendes vanishes from Baldwin's Insta. The internet semi-broke when Hailey Baldwin stepped out onto the Met Gala red carpet with Shawn Mendes last May. While both parties said they attended as friends, Baldwin deleted all traces of Mendes from her Instagram feed after going public with Justin Bieber. Fans photographed the new couple kissing in Brooklyn, New York. July 1st, 2018. Grand makeout tour of the United States. Hailey is alive and well and making out all over the United States of America. The two have been spotted locking lips in Washington State, all over New York City, and most recently in the Hamptons, where they experienced some car trouble on the road. Happily ever after, I'm sure. July 7th, 2018. He puts a ring on it. And they're engaged. Does it seem fast? Or if you managed to read until this slide, maybe you saw it coming. Either way, it's real. Bieber proposed to Baldwin and put a giant ring on it. July 9th, 2018. The engagement gets confirmed. Both Bieber and Baldwin confirmed the news that they're engaged in a lengthy Instagram caption. Bieber writes, "Was gonna wait a while to say anything, but word travels fast. Listen, plain and simple. Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you, so committed to spending my life getting to know every single part of you." Baldwin tweets that same day, "Not sure what I did in life to deserve such happiness, but I'm so utterly grateful to God for giving me such an incredible person to share my life with. No words could ever express my gratitude." August 2018, going strong in the city. The newly engaged couple is spotted seemingly every day in New York, and despite a breakdown from Bieber during a city bike date with Baldwin, a People source says he is the happiest he has ever been. He wonders if he deserves the happiness, and that's partially why he is emotional. He even reportedly drops $5 million on an Ontario mansion for the couple. September 13th, 2018, just married. TMZ reports that the couple went to New York City's Marriage Bureau to get what else? A marriage license. Two witnesses report Bieber was crying inside and at one point said to Baldwin, "I can't wait to marry you, baby." People claim soon after that the pair went ahead and did it, got married, without listening to anyone, per a source. Although Baldwin tweeted that same day, "I understand where the speculation is coming from, but I'm not married yet. It did little to curb enthusiasm." September 18th, 2018, honeymoon in London. The possible newlyweds jet off to London for a highly publicized tour. Bieber even finds time to serenade his new bride outside of Buckingham Palace. Uncle Alec Baldwin also tells Access on the red carpet that the two did in fact go off and get married. October 2018, growing pains. As rumors surface that Bieber may not be over his ex Selena, nor totally happy with married life, fans insist that Bieber and Baldwin have confirmed the union. US Weekly reported that Nona Melconi, I'll put her name up here just in case, who ate next to the couple at Jones on 3rd in Studio City, got the lowdown. I asked them if they are married, and they simultaneously said yes, she told the outlet. They're both very happy and kind. He told me that she's his angel. November 2018, Instagram husband and wife. On November 15th, Bieber finally confirms news of his marriage by sharing a photo of himself and Baldwin. He captions it, "My wife is awesome." Only a day later, Baldwin changes her last name to Bieber on all social channels, sending a pretty clear message. The couple cap off their month of milestones by celebrating Mrs. Bieber's 22nd birthday. December 2018, and new dog makes 3. Bieber and Baldwin welcome a new dog just days before Christmas. He shares news of the addition to Instagram, writing, "Meet our dogs," and his name is #Oscar. The couple also post photos of their Christmas tree and decorations at their Ontario mansion, which they've reportedly moved into for the holidays. A week later, they rang in the new year with a Hawaii vacay. February 2019, the Vogue interview. On the heels of their first Valentine's Day as a married couple, Bieber and Baldwin open up like never before in a Vogue cover interview. They sound off on everything from going to therapy together to waiting until marriage to have sex. The couple also delved into their previous split, revealing they reconciled via church. Baldwin said, "The common denominator, I promise you, was always church. By then we were past the drama. I just gave him a hug. By the end of the conference, he was like, 'We're not going to be friends.' I was like, 'We're not.' They were engaged weeks later." March 2019, marital woes. Us Weekly reports that Baldwin and Bieber were going through a hard time in their marriage, and despite putting their religious wedding ceremony on hold indefinitely, Baldwin takes to IG to clear up rumors. On March 18th, the model wrote on Instagram stories, "Don't believe what you read on the internet, folks," alongside laughing, eye roll, and fake news icons. For his part, Bieber tells fans on Instagram that new music will have to wait, writing, "I am now very focused on repairing some of the deep-rooted issues that I have, as most of us have, so that I don't fall apart, so that I can sustain my marriage and be the father I want to be." By the end of the month, Baldwin shares a photo of the couple on a yacht captioned "The Biebers." April 1, 2019, a pregnancy prank. The couple comes under fire after posting an April Fool's prank that Baldwin was pregnant. Bieber later apologized in a lengthy Instagram post and clarifies that he and Baldwin were not expanding their family in the near future. April 8, 2019, an ode to Baldwin. Bieber deletes and then reposts a love poem to his betrothed. That is something. A few days later, Baldwin shares her own version of a tribute, captioning the photo of Bieber, "My love. You are an incredible man. You make me a better human being. You make me happier than I've ever been. Insanely proud of who you are and who you're becoming. I love you more every single day." July 7th, 2019, engagement anniversary. For the anniversary of Baldwin and Bieber's engagement, the model captions a sweet photo of the two. "1 year ago, I said yes to being your best friend for life, and today I have never loved you more. Life gets more beautiful every day because of you. My heart belongs to you forever. Here's to learning and growing together." Bieber honors the day by offering his bottle cap challenge to the Zeitgeist. Although 4 days later, he hints at wanting to have children with Baldwin on IG. He does write, "I'm not in a rush. I just want to enjoy you by myself for a while." August 2019, second wedding is happening. Days after Bieber shares a #Wifey Appreciation Day post for Baldwin, TMZ obtains the invitation for a second wedding to Baldwin. After 3 previous attempts at a formal ceremony, the invite reveals the two will tie the knot in South Carolina on September 30th. No word on if the couple's 2 new cats, Sushi and Tuna, will be a part of the big day. Bieber unveils the adoption on IG. September 28th, 2019, the ultimate throwback. "My wife and I, where it all began," Bieber writes alongside the most incredible throwback photo of himself and Baldwin. The pair originally met as tweens when Baldwin attended one of the singer's concerts. September 30th, 2019, heading to the aisle. Bieber bestows the world with another retro pic of himself and Baldwin. "Me and the wife and the in-laws. Thanks for letting your daughter marry a savage like me." He writes next to a photo that includes Baldwin's father, Stephen, and his mother, Patty. TMZ snaps photos of Baldwin and Bieber in South Carolina for their rehearsal dinner. Family members and famous pals, including Kendall Jenner and Justin Skye, are on hand for the upcoming nuptials. Baldwin opts for a mini Vivienne Westwood dress and Jimmy Choo heels for the occasion. October 1st, 2019, meet Mr. and Mrs. Bieber. Details begin to emerge about Bieber and Baldwin's second ceremony on September 31st at Somerset Chapel in South Carolina. People reports that the pair exchanges vows as the sun set before 154 guests and reception at the Wilson Ballroom at the Montage, Palmetto Bluff. A day after the pair ties the knot, Bieber posts pictures of the couple, wedding rings and all. Bieber wears Vera Wang for the reception. Baldwin wears Vera Wang. I'm sorry, not Bieber. October 5th, 2019, newlywed news. The Bieber's big day doesn't slow down their headline-making game. On October 4th, Baldwin makes waves by liking an IG photo with Selena Gomez in it. The following day, the pair makes out in 2 career collaborations. One is a music video for Dan and Shay's song 10,000 Hours, the other, a steamy Calvin Klein ad campaign. October 7th, 2019, showing off their big day. About a week after Bieber and Baldwin are married, the newlyweds share more photos from the day. These include a series of posts from Baldwin which showcase her lace gown by Off-White Virgil Abloh. Her train reads "Till Death Do Us Part." He wears a Celine by Heidi Slimane Tux. A few days later, People reports that the couple is skipping a honeymoon trip at the moment. For Justin and Hailey, every day is like a honeymoon, a source tells the outlet. October 11th, 2019, making major moves. Not content to simply bask in their newlywed status, Bieber begins teasing more moves for he and Baldwin. On October 10th, he posts videos of kids to his timeline. Hailey, with your attitude and my savage behavior, we are in a world of trouble, haha. He captions one post, suggesting his own baby fever. The next day, he shares several photos from his Beverly Hills home with Baldwin, urging followers to make an offer so he can sell the property. October 23rd, 2019, Lose You to Love Me drama hits. After Bieber's ex, Selena Gomez, releases her new song, Lose You to Love Me, which directly addresses their split, what Baldwin does next causes waves. Right after it comes out, she posts on her Instagram story that she's listening to Summer Walker's I'll Kill You. Baldwin denies any connection between her musical statement and Gomez's. Gomez urges her fans to be nice on Instagram Live later that day. By the following day, things appear to be squashed. Baldwin likes an IG of Gomez celebrating her new music. A source tells E! That while Bieber and Baldwin have heard the song, they're both trying not to give any reaction to her lyrics referencing Justin. The insider continues, it isn't ideal for Hailey, but she understands the creative process of writing music, and that Justin had a past. Justin has completely moved on from that chapter of his life and understands that Selena is allowed to reflect on the past in her own way. Justin and Hailey both want Selena to be happy and in a good place and aren't fazed by it. November 22nd, 2019, birthday babies. Bieber celebrates Baldwin's birthday with a sweet wedding IG post. In the caption, he teases the couple's next big milestone, babies. But before a baby comes the bling. Bieber's big-ticket birthday present for Baldwin is a diamond-embellished Audemars Piguet watch. I don't know how to say these things. I'm sorry. January 3rd, 2020, Yummy New Year. Happy New Year from the Biebers, Justin captions a New Year's Eve photo of himself and Baldwin. He gets the decade off to a rousing start with the release of his single, Yummy. The song references his romance with Baldwin in the lyrics, including sunset photos and smiling while wearing his apparel line Drew House. Apparently, this song is also a homage to Bieber and Baldwin's future brood. He shares a series of infant photos to his Instagram in the days after, then captioned #Yummy. January 8th, 2020, a strong support system. Bieber reveals on Instagram that he's been recently diagnosed with Lyme's disease, and that he'll explore the topic farther in a YouTube docuseries. It's been a rough couple of years, but getting the right treatment that will help treat this so far incurable disease, and I'll be back and better than ever, no cap, he writes. Baldwin shares his support for Bieber, tweeting, for those who are trying to downplay the severity of Lyme disease, please do your research and listen to the stories of people who've suffered with it for years. Making fun of and belittling a disease you don't understand is never the way. All it takes is educating yourself. January 13th, 2020, no drama here. After looking another Instagram of Gomez in November, rumors of drama between Baldwin and her husband's ex are shut down again. Both Gomez and Baldwin are seen at Craig's in Los Angeles, where the former was celebrating her album Rare. A false Twitter rumor casts blame on mutual friend Madison Beer for the near run-in. After Gomez accidentally unfollows Beer, she refollows and writes, "This is disgusting reading all of this. This wasn't intentional whatsoever. I'm so disappointed that people would speak to this. I've known Madison since she was a baby and watched her continue to become the woman she is. There is no issue." February 5th, 2020, Hailey speaks on married life. For the March 2020 issue of Elle, Baldwin opens up about her newlywed status. She even got candid about some of the challenges she and Bieber faced during their first months as husband and wife. When we first got married, we were just figuring out our life together. I felt like putting a wedding in the middle of all that would be really hectic and stressful, she said about postponing their ceremony until a year after their legal marriage. She also said Bieber's Lyme disease diagnosis factored into that decision. And it was hard because everyone from the outside was being super mean and judgmental, saying he looked like he was on drugs, saying how unhealthy he looked, when in truth, he was not healthy and we didn't know why, she explained, adding, "It was months of me being a new wife, trying to help him figure out what was wrong and what was going on. Now he's perfectly healthy, but going through that and then trying to be like, so where does our wedding fit into this, didn't feel like the vibe at all." February 5th, 2020, Hailey reflects on her and Justin's split. Another revelation to come from Baldwin's cover story with Elle was her feelings about her 2016 breakup with Bieber. "There was a time when our lives seemed to be going in very different directions," she recalls. "I actually think, now that I look back at it being married, that it was a good thing for the two of us, very healthy." A few years after their split, Baldwin says they reconnected at a church conference in Miami. "I remember we were hanging out and I was like, listen, I'm really, really happy for us to be friends again. I want us to always be cool and be friends." He was like, "Yeah, here's the thing, we're not going to be friends." And I was like, oh, is that so? She explains, I think we were both a little unsure about what was going on in the very beginning. It was familiar territory, but then a lot of time goes by. It's like getting to know a new person, she adds. He was somebody I'd always cared about so deeply and loved very deeply. Obviously, it took work in getting past things between the two of us, but it was all very worth it. He's an incredible, amazing man and such a good partner to go through life with. There was no one else I would have ever wanted to spend my life with except him, so I'm lucky. February 12th, 2020. The couple's wedding airs. Bieber and Baldwin's love story was chronicled in his YouTube series Changes, including a look at their South Carolina wedding. February 14th, 2020. An album about Hailey. For the couple's first Valentine's Day as husband and wife, they celebrate the release of his album Changes. This record includes several songs that reference their relationship, including Intentions, Forever, and Come Around Me. Baldwin shares her excitement for his release on Instagram, writing, couldn't be more happy that people can finally hear this album. Could not be more proud of you and could not be more in love with you. Congratulations on an amazing, amazing album, baby. #changes. March 1st, 2020. Bieber celebrates his 26th birthday. When Bieber turned 26, Baldwin was by his side to celebrate. According to TMZ, the pair partied at Los Angeles hotspot Delilah, where they watched a live band and enjoyed cake. Baldwin also paid homage to Bieber on Instagram, writing, happy birthday, best friend. Thank you for putting a smile on my face every single day. I love you. May 4th, 2020. Hailey schools Justin on their brief split. During quarantine, the couple posted a few updates on their lives to Instagram. They filmed TikTok dances together, watched Tiger King, and started a Facebook Watch series. On the first episode of the show, they reflected on their 2016 breakup and how they felt reuniting years later. Bieber asked, how did you regain the confidence and trust in me? Because at that time, there was so much hurt and there was so much pain. What got you through that? Was it your faith? Was it? Baldwin had a lengthy response for Bieber. She said in part, I think it actually, when I look back on it, it was the best thing that we took time apart and had time to do our own thing. I felt like I found my footing in my career and on my own as a young adult, and I think that I did a lot of work on myself and on my own before we got back together. And then by the time that we got back together, I just felt like I had experience enough. I had met a lot of different people. I had hung out with different people. I had experienced other people where I was like, yeah, I'm cool if I never speak to another human again, another guy again. It didn't matter to me. I felt like I knew what I wanted. She jokingly added, you weren't on any, if I'm allowed to say this, fuckboy shit anymore. August 3rd, 2020. Hailey opens up about their family plans. Although Baldwin and Bieber aren't starting a family yet, they have thought about how they'll raise their children. During an interview with Vogue India, Baldwin said recent Black Lives Matter protests over racial inequality and police brutality had influenced her outlook on the future. It was time to look inside and reflect, what do I not know? What do I need to ask? How can I step up and do the best that I can be an ally in the Black Lives Matter movement, she said. She later added about her future children. They will be raised knowing how to treat people, why we don't say certain things, and why we respect and acknowledge and give credit where credit is due. So that's the timeline of Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber. It did say a lot about how they make it work in there. They are all about communication and trust and honesty. And honestly, if I want to say, that is so important in a relationship, because if you don't communicate and you don't have honesty and you don't have trust, your relationship will most likely not succeed. That's a sad reality. That's why most relationships don't succeed, because they don't communicate, or there's no trust and there's no honesty. But they basically talked about that that's how their relationship worked. That's how they made it work, is communication, trust, and honesty. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want me to make any videos about any of the couples that are still together. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.